Hey, how's it, Aloha gang, and welcome back to High Now Daily. Now, what you were just looking at there is a official ballot drop box located right outside over here at Honolulu Hale. Now, August 10th, this upcoming Saturday, is going to be the final day to cast your vote for the primary election. We want to bring in our first guest over here, Glenn Takahashi, City Clerk at the City and County of Honolulu, to let you folks know everything that you need to be aware of. How's it, Glenn? Thank you very much for being here. I know it's a very busy time for you folks over here, but I want to start with the fact that right now what we're in an election period. Now, how is that different than a quote-unquote election day?
Hawaii is a vote-by-mail jurisdiction. We're one of the few across the country that is. We have been since 2020. In a vote-by-mail jurisdiction, what happens is voters are mailed a ballot about 21 days prior to the election, and after they receive that, they're allowed to vote at their leisure anytime up until the 7 o'clock p.m. here on the final day of voting.
Okay, now gotcha, Glenn. Let's talk about some of the different ways that people are going to be able to cast their vote ahead of August 10th.
Right. So what we recommend is that voters utilize the vote-by-mail process. It's there for their convenience. You don't have to come down to any site, stand in line, brave traffic. So that's what we recommend first. You can return your ballot using the U.S. postal system, or you can use one of our convenient drop boxes that we have here, like you see here at Honolulu Hale.
Yeah, and we have pulled up over here to the Honolulu Hale about an hour and a half ago, and this thing has been a ton of activity. People are walking up to drop their ballots off as well, driving up. But tell our viewers out there about these ballot boxes, and we know that they are located at various locations.
Yes. So some people don't want to use the U.S. Postal Service. They rather know that they deposited the ballot themselves. We have 16 of these ballot places of deposit across the island. Most of them are at city parks. We have some at park and rides. Go to our website and you can find a whole list of them there. Gotcha.
And then what are the hours as well? Hours for the ballot boxes. When do people, if they're driving up or putting the ballot in, what time do they need to have it in by day of?
Sure. The ballot places of deposit are really governed by the hours of operation of where they're located. So if you're at a city park, if the park closes at 7, well, it's open until 7. We don't encourage people to go there after hours. So just kind of take note of that. But these ballots are open, boxes are open continuously until 7 p.m. on election day.
Yeah, and I think that's been a big part of it for a lot of us who are getting ready for August 10th. It's just the convenience with everything. As I mentioned before, we got over here closer to 2 p.m. and, you know, in the hour lead-up time, I actually had the opportunity to go inside, and I already voted. And the process for when you come down here to the Hale, if you want to vote in person, also pretty simplified. You basically need your ID, right?
Right. Behind me, inside of Honolulu Hale and inside of Kapolei Hale, are what we call voter service centers for voters that may need to update their voter registration prior to voting, or if they need to vote on an accessible voting device, they're certainly welcome to come here to any one of our voter service centers. For this week, only up until Friday, we actually have a pop-up voter service center at Wahiawa District Park. They're open from 11:30 in the morning up until 6:30 in the evening, but the main locations are open from 8 to 4:30.
Gotcha, Glenn. Thank you so much. Very important information. Now, come on back with us because we're going to be talking again about all these things you need to be aware of ahead of August 10th. That's going to do it for us for now. Rachel, we'll send it back to you guys.